So, of course, she getting her feelings or whatever. Like, she's mad that I'm leaving or whatever, and I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna start paying attention now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start paying attention to the warning signs. So go pick up my son, go home, meet up with Devon, and I asked him for the second time. I'm like, like, are you dating anybody? Are you married? Like anything like that? Is like, are you? He's like, no. I keep telling you I'm single. Like, why you keep asking me that? I'm like, I'm just want to double check because I don't want you putting me in anything that I don't need to be involved in. Because if you are with somebody, please let me know and we could just stop this, because at the end of the day, I don't need intercourse that bad. And I don't need drama in my life because I'm eliminating all the drama in my life. So if that's what's going on, like, please let me know. And he's like, no, I keep telling you it's nobody else, or whatever. He's like, I'm like, okay, like, this is my second time asking you. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that or whatever. So we ended up still being on good terms. Like, we'll see each other off and on, but now I'm really starting to like PR because now we're getting to really know each other. And then he was like saying, like, when the Renaissance Festival, if you don't know what the Renaissance Festival is, look it up, because like I said, I love history, and the Renaissance era was so interesting to me. Even though it was like I think, was it that era or the era before that where they was really nasty, but I love the concept of the queens and kings and the knights and like shit like that. Like, I just like stuff like that. I watched Arthur. I watched all that stuff. So he was into that, and he goes every single year. So I was like, oh my God, like, what is you doing right now? What is you doing? What is you doing? So then we get into this conversation of like he's asking me like, what do I want? And I'm like, well, I do want to eventually get into a relationship, and I do eventually want to get married, but really I don't want to just jump into a relationship. I want to get to know that person first or whatever. He's like, okay, that's understandable. And I'm like, what about you? He's like, the same thing. So I asked him just to be funny, and this was because he took me on so many, and this is what we were really talking about, like because he took me to the park and we was walking down the pier and everything like that. And my car ended up getting locked in at the park or whatever, because we met at a park, and then he drove me to the pier or whatever. And we started talking about, like him. He was like, he eventually wants a wife that's going to be able to teach his daughter how to be a female and how to take care of herself, and having to deal with, because at this time his daughter was like 5-6 years old, having to go through the women's stages and stuff like that, because his ex-girlfriend was an addict. So she was battling with that. So that's why he ended up taking his daughter or whatever. So he was like, he wants his daughter to see like a woman, basically. So, and I jokingly was like, so you would marry a woman with 6 kids? He was like, yeah, if if I'm in love with her, yeah, that's no longer her kids. Now we have 7. Like, when I tell you that, I was like, what the fuck? What is God doing? Like, what is he doing for real? Because right now, like, so in my head, I'm like thinking like he was like just saying that just a bit, and he was literally dead ass serious when he said that. He was like, to me, it doesn't, if I know, like, he's like, even when I, finish school or whatever, I plan to have my own, plumbing business or whatever, and I would love for my wife to be like helping me run it, and like for us to build and for us to make it a family thing, like he's like, can you imagine like all the kids helping us running a business together? And man, when I tell you, God.
So there's two ways to go about this. You can either cut it down to size or crush it. Can I cut it for you? That would be
I was
great.
like, he was saying all the right things, like, but damn. When I tell you that was like, that's exactly what I was like envisioning.
Take the squid,
Like,
the bok choy, and the